So hello everyone and welcome to PSGL Season 23, Round 6 here in F3 for the Belgian Grand Prix. I am alone tonight in the commentary box. I am Jamie2905 and we hope that the drivers today can put on a show like yesterday in F6 and for the real life race today after the tragic events of Saturday's F2 feature race where we sadly lost a talented upcoming driver in Antoine Hubert, who was killed in a fatal crash at Radion. I will be doing a silent formation lap. There will be no lap before qualifying to signal anything, but some drivers I know that in the chat earlier, they are running some black and pink helmets, or black helmets, and the number 19, which was Hubert's number in the Formula 2 season. As here we are in qualifying. Just waiting for my... There we go. Let's see if we got any sound. So, yeah, HMFC, also known as Harry, is out. He has got work duties today, so it's just me, like I've said. As we've got our first engine firing up, and it looks like it's one of the Haas cars that are going out. I'll find out who that is, and there's also Red Bull and Renault and a McLaren going on the track. Indeed I am Welsh. Who are you, Cam? I am? Give me your PSN, I probably know who you are. But yeah, the first car on the track is actually Nexus Nibiru. He decided to run as usual as he heads down the Campbell Straight. Also a lot of other drivers out on track as well. Let's see if we can spot a few. Let's see who's got the number 19 on their cars and so. McLaren running right there through Radion of Leon, and yeah, there's Tusmus running right there. There's nothing really to commentate over yet, as the drivers just out on their out laps, just warming up their tyres, getting ready for their eventual flying laps. Looks like the McLaren boys might even give each other a little tow there. Jay or Jai Fletcher, I don't know what I should call it. He is currently out on the softs. Maybe some rain, maybe if enough drivers fit on the softs, which indeed they have, although the soft to medium strategy is doable around this track. Personally, I never got to do it myself. There was rain last night in F6, so I couldn't really pull off the strategy. So where is Nibiru? He is coming up to the bus stop chicane. He's raising yellow flags in sector 3. Maybe people waiting, warming up their tyres, waiting for their turn to set a lap. As Nibiru is going to be the first one to come across the line to start a flying lap here. And we are going to go on board with him. He's currently on the hard compound tyres, so I don't think this will be the quickest lot. But let's see what he can set. As he's going to fly the famous Eau Rouge and Radion corners. And onto the Campbell Straight, DRS wide open. Takes a rather unusual line going down the Campbell Straight there. And into the Lake Column corner. Such a very complex to very... well, yeah, complex corner. And as of... those people on out laps there, everyone's on the track. Now for the corner with no name on the run up to Pouillon. Of course, at Pouillon earlier on we saw the big crash of Antonio Giovinazzi on the last lap of the race. And coming up into these chicane-like corners, which I actually don't really know the name of. I really should, but There we go. I know that flat out right hander, I think it's Stavilo, or this corner. And then after this corner, it's the run up to Blanchimont. Just got to put up telemetry and timer there. Of course, it is my return to commentary, so I need to get used to everything. Especially before I go away again after Germany. It's already run out of ERS. He's put in mode 3 on the run up to the line. What's he going to set? It's going to be a 145.2. He goes pole for the moment, although that is Fran, or Frey, I believe. Coming across the line, he's gone nearly 2 seconds quicker, 143.8. Oh, AMS, I'm pretty sure had a wobble there. So Black Phoenix goes pole by another 4 tenths. As Chaos slots into 5th. Leon goes 2nd. The pace difference at least between the softs and the rest of the tyre compounds showing really in these early stages of qualifying. As Rob Forbes, I think I'm going to call him Forbes, he's gone 6th. Felix goes 5th. Sambam goes pole by dead on a 10th there to Black Phoenix. We've only got 4 drivers yet to settle up, as Jay Fletcher, I think it is, has gone into the pits, and so has Brant. Brett still goes 3rd. I'm not going to lie, this top 4 is pretty close early on in this qualifying session. Maybe this is a sign for things to come in the race, but for now, only 2 tenths separating the top 4. Actually, less than that, actually. Leon set a 5.63 as he got very close. I think Tusmus and Williams. No, Black Phoenix coming through Pouillon. So yeah, that's everyone except for Jay Fletcher and Bran, who have set a lap here. Bran indeed is on a outlap at the minute. I do expect everyone to come back in the pits as Chaos going slow down the curve straight on the run up to Blanchimont, where we saw some big accidents in the past, and notably in the F3 race earlier this morning, when I think it was Simo Olaksonen, I think he's called that, actually ended up going under the barrier, I believe, at Blanchimont. So stream seems pretty dead at the minute. I did share links out. Yeah, there's nothing else to be said at the minute. Everyone's coming into the pits, and the only one that's about to start that really is Bran. So the 7 people have set times on softs, 2 on mediums and 3 on hards. There will be an 8th added to that, and that's Bran aborts his lap or comes into the pit or after his outlap, whatever. And we got 10 minutes to go here in the Belgian Grand Prix qualifying session. And so while we are waiting for some drivers to enter the track again, and wait for Brand to set a time at least, we'll have a look at the drivers and constructor standings. So I actually saw this earlier yesterday. I think it was really close between the top 5. Fran, Sambam and Leon all tied at the top on 34 points, first, second, third. Then Ungizim in 4th on 31. Black Phoenix is in 5th on 30. AMS is in 6th on 27. Tom AJ in 7th on 26. Nibiru in 8th on 25. Bran in 9th on 19. And Tusmus in 10th on 18. So as you can see, the top 5 at least are pretty close. Anyone can win this championship at this point. It's a bit like the 2010 season where we had 5 drivers going for it within the last few races, and Bran has spun on the run up to the no-name corner, and he's rear-ended the wall. He has no damage. He can get back to the pits, maybe even go for another lap, but those tyres can be destroyed. Actually, he's going over the grass. No one else is around him. He just did a flick spin and got back going again, but oh well. And that's his lap done. Who else is on a lap? Nibiru. And through Lake Home. So, as for the Constructors' Championship, it's Mercedes on top with 65 points, then Renault in second on 50. The McLaren boys are joint third on 52, as in they're on 50 as well, not the number 52. Fourth is Williams on 48, fifth is Red Bull on 34, Haas is 6th on 27, Ferrari 7th on 26, 8th is Alpha on 12, Racing Point and Toro Rosso joint at the bottom on 11 points. Those are the standings. And Nibiru is still the only one out on a flying lap at the minute. Everyone else is on a out lap, as displayed. So it's going to be a bit bland though when you haven't got no commentator. You don't know, you run out of words to say half the time. As the Haas comes into the pits, he was actually on his set of hards he was actually on before, so understandably abandoning that lap. We've got some more guys now out on flying laps. We're going to go on board with Fran. He's on the run up to Lacombe. He's actually gone 3 tenths quicker in the first sector, so we could be seeing a new provisional pole time here. But there is still a long way to go around this track. This track is the second longest, I believe, on the calendar, behind Singapore. If not, then it is the longest. But I could be talking about race distances there. Fran now heading through Blanchimont. Took a very sharp turn in. Could have easily spun that. That curve on the inside of Blanchimont is very, very... well, it can catch you out pretty much. If you clip that, then you're either getting a half spin or you're going wide, and he's or spinning, or he's gone very wide there from into that corner. Using up every bit of track that he can find to get the best lap he can possibly get. As we've got Mr. Lewis Marshall, Mr. Praga in the chat saying, come on Leon, Bran and Felix. And Felix is F3. HD called him F3 for the first 2 races I've done here, but no, now his name is Felix, so I'm going to call him Felix. And I think he is running the number 19 with the black helmet. And Fran has obliterated the pole time by 2 tenths. Actually, no, saying that, Jay Fletcher's gone pole now with 143.1 ever since my mic broke. He has actually dropped down from F2 into F3. And can't remember what his results were, but I did see he was in 11th and the drive was on 16 points, I believe. And that's his lap. And it was, oh, Leon's gone pole now. 43 flat. Looks like we could possibly get into the 42s here with the track ever so lighting up. Here's some yellow flags. The slow cars AMS here. And a run up to Eau Rouge. He has gone from Racing Point to McLaren to Renault this season, so he's done quite a few switches already in the 6 rounds we have had. And as it stands, at least, it's a McLaren 1-2, and that will help them dearly in the Constructors' Championship. And Jay Fletcher clipped that curve I was on about earlier. His rear end snapped out on him, and that's a voice crack. But he managed to keep it together and not in the wall like Antonio Giovinazzi. Anyone else about to finish a lap? Ugizim, he's 2 tenths up. Could this be the new provisional pole time here? We've seen it smash many times here on this run. It's definitely getting dark. Maybe it's from right before the end of the session. Ugizim goes second, so that McLaren 1-2 is out the window at the minute. Leon having to negotiate traffic. That was Felix. Brettster coming through Blanchimont. I just saw he was up on the pole time too, so maybe he can go pole. It's anyone's game at the minute. This track is becoming better and better, and drivers are finding that out. Could we see our first 42 time here? He goes 5th. But look at the gaps. 2 tenths separating, just over 2 tenths separating 1st and 6th. Half a second separating, but near enough half a second separating 1st and 8th. And oh, what's happened here? Felix has stopped on the pit entry. This could be dangerous. I can't change the camera. don't know what happened there. But at least it didn't cause anyone to go into the back of him, and it's fine. Chaos here is on a set of mediums here, and he's seems to be limping around that final corner compared to many others, and he still gets a whole load of oversteer. He had his timing validated. As Bran's gone 7th. And everyone's set times here. 11 out of the 14 drivers that are here today are all on the soft compound. I know the softs are doable around here, but yeah, possibility of rain. The chat's been pretty dead in the stream, so I don't really know the weather. Well, I don't at all. But in this qualifying session, it seems to be getting a lot darker. Ugi's in pits. Brettster, he's on his in lap. Bran is also on his in lap. So I don't think we're getting drivers out here until the last second. As you can see the gaps. Fitted tyres. There'll be no hard runners. That stands if Nibiru and Chaos can set their times. We're not going to have anyone starting on the hards, I don't believe. What a race this could be, though, if it is wet. Spa is notoriously known to be quite exciting when it is in the wet. Especially F6 last night. And it's F1 Gamer. He's in the chat. He said, I got told off last time I said the weather, so yeah. I don't think many people are watching though. There's so many streams going on at once. A lot of popular commentators as well. Where it's just me using my first full-time season as the proper commentator. Yeah, I ain't gonna get many viewers, am I? But Bran coming into the pits. He's currently qualifying his teammate Felix. I don't know what the quali battles are for the season. That's what happens when your mic breaks after 2 races, and after these next 3 going on holiday somewhere else. And when we wasn't looking, actually Nibiru has actually beaten some soft runners and actually gone 10th. Now he's quite the quali merchant. I'm pretty sure he took pole in the opening race and in the pre-season race at Bahrain, but since then I'm pretty sure he hasn't touched that pole position spot. Everyone else is on their outlap. It's gotten very overcast here in Spa. It should be soft mediums. Yeah, that's doable easily. As for the tragic passing of Antoine Huber, you may have, well, most people have already heard, I will be doing the formation lap in silence. If I don't, then someone remind me in the chat, please. Pitting. Well, we have our first retiree of the session. It's Bran. I think he retired in the pits, so that's no crash or anything. It's fine. A lot of drivers now on the softs. Of course, they are on their laps. I don't know why the 2 Haas boys are not on the softs themselves, because it's definitely doable, but none of them. Oh, and they won't have time to switch. There's 30 seconds left in the session. Some of these guys in their outlaps, though, I don't know if they'll get around in time. There's 4 on their outlaps at the minute. It's your day today, Leon. Go on, says Zexa. Osandre. Fellow commentator. Of course, he commentates in F7. As Ugi now starts his lap just as the checker flag actually came out, and Brettster didn't make it. He misjudged the timing of the checker flag, and his qualifying is done. Came third at France. And 4th for Canada. Oh, Black Phoenix! Black Phoenix has broken the 142s. He's by 6 thousandths, mind you. Yeah, the top 7 separated by a 10th and a half. That is close. And Jay Fletcher now goes pole. 142.8. So that's now 2/10, 3/10 near enough. Oh, are you Nibiru? Because I know Nibiru is Welsh. I haven't really been keeping up with the results. Like I said earlier, what happens when the mic breaks after 2 races. Anyone else coming across the line? Because I've just missed 2 pole times. Fran can't improve. Oogie. If he doesn't get it here, then it's Jay Fletcher for pole and Leon second, which locks out the front row from McLaren. Oogie up the line, and he went 4th, I think, just beating his teammate Sam Bam. So, that's qualifying over here in Spa, and it's the 2 McLarens on pole. Well, 2 McLarens on the front row, and it's Jay Fletcher pole position. Leon is second, Black Phoenix third, Oogie's in 4th, Sam Bam fifth, Fran 6th, Brettster in 7th, AMS 8th, Brand 9th, and Felix in 10th. Outside the top 10, we have got Nibiru, Forbes, Tusmus, and Chaos, and they, 3 of the 4 didn't set their times on softs. I did say that AMS is a very, very tight qualifying, 3 temps separating the top 8 to pole. At one point it was a 10th and a half before the track ramped up, and a lot of drivers got into the 42s there in the last seconds. Only 3 drivers make it into the 42s, and we do indeed, and once the formation laps starts, I'm going silent to respect Antoine. My condolences go out to all of his friends and family, and to all the drivers that came up through the ranks with the young Frenchman who was sadly taken away from us yesterday afternoon at the age of 22. Rest in peace, Antoine. To us, you're a champion. So, here we go. The lights are on here at Spa. 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Jay Fletcher's got a good start off the line. He'll lead into turn 1. Look at Black Phoenix go. He could actually take it instead. Black Phoenix side by side with Jay Fletcher into turn 1. They've kept it clean so far. As the run down into Eau Rouge, it looks like it's going to be Black Phoenix. Will they go side by side down into there? He backs out. And he will try to get slipstream, I think. That was Brett, so they're getting squeezed there into the wall on the run-up. But here we go. Look at Jay Fletcher. He's going to get the massive toe going down the Camel Straight here. Will they make it free wide? I don't think there's enough room going down into Lake Holmes. Someone's going to have to back out there. Is indeed Leon, as Brettster breaks very late. There's some very close racing there between the Toro Rosso, Bran and Forbes, the Rebel Bran, I should say. And we got a Rebel in the gravel. They're all squaring around, trying to avoid it. Indeed, it is Bran, as Tusmas has actually dropped to the back. He started on mediums. Since we had a silent formation lap, I did not specify what drivers started on what tyre. Nibiru and Tusmas have opted for the softs, as it's pretty close, but yet clean start here in Spa. Felix and Chaos now going side by side. The two Hasses actually. Sorry, Chaos and Nibiru. Yep. Single file. Now we go. Oh, Jay Fletcher got very close to the wall there, coming out of Stavolo. Now when they run up to Blanchimont. He won't have DRS until lap 3, of course, so it's all down to slipstream and whatever ERS he's using. He's going to cut to the outside. Black Phoenix very defensive there. Around the outside goes Jay. Jay takes back the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. There's a bit of contact there between Black Phoenix and Leon. They've just about get away with it without any damage. There's a lot of shuffling around in the back. Is that nearly free wide there on the run up to turn 1? Les Source. It is going to be free wide going into the corner. No, it isn't. It's going to. Felix is going to back out. Forbes. Now look at the position changes here. As Chaos has left. Where's the position changer? There it is. Yep. Forbes, as I expect, they go side by side of Rouge and into Radion. Felix is going to get a run. The two Red Bulls. This could be a free wide moment here. It is going to be free wide between AMS and the two Rebels. No, it isn't. Brown tucked in behind. It's going to be free wide there. Actually, no, it isn't. I keep on thinking everything is free wide. AMS gets forced out wide there. Forbes keeps position. He's up at 8th place. As I thought, I was going to say before all that went down, there's a lot of grass getting kicked up as side by side. He's the man who's gained the most positions there on the first lap of the race. Bran versus AMS, and Bran has got the move done where Alex Albon went around, well, tried to go around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo before doing it the next corner, the no-name corner, in a real-life race today. And it's Jay Fletcher now in the lead after his move on Black Phoenix to retake it at the bus stop chicane. Leon has dropped position on the opening lap. It was McLaren front row. When was the last time I've seen that in real life? But Black Phoenix was the man who actually got ahead. Watching Brettster going into Blanchimont. Oh, Jay Fletcher has run really wide there. Well, Black Phoenix tried the same thing as he did, as Jay Fletcher did on the last lap. They're getting very each other. They keep it clean. Is it going to be crazy in there? Jay Fletcher goes quickest here in the second lap of the race. DRS is now enabled. Who will have the bottle to try it down the Camel Straight? The DRS. Well, Leon, he did not get the best traction out of. Oh, Jay Fletcher run wide. I was about to say Leon didn't get the best traction out of the source. Black Phoenix. Oh, and Jay disappeared there for me, but he's back now, and Black Phoenix is going to retake the lead again, is he? Chaos has rejoined. Black Phoenix leads into Lake Holm. As at the back again, it's Felix and AMS going side by side this time. AMS is getting into it with the Red Bulls, it seems. Although Forbes and Bran actually were battling, and Bran actually got the move. Nibiru dives down the inside. And now side by side into the no-name corner. There was a bit of argy-bargy, and AMS has to yield. It's not been a good start for AMS, but will he get back into Fouillon? Don't try it through there, please. Yeah, to keep him behind. And yeah, mistakes will come like that, and AMS is back through. And Tuskmaster's on the back of them. Chaos has managed to rejoin and get back in his car, so he must have flagged out or something. He needs a safety car now, though, to get back in this race. And Black Phoenix is now extending the advantage. It's now 6/10, where it was pretty close in the first 2 laps. At this point is where the battles were at their most intense, I would say. This is the order coming into lap 4 of the race. Jay Fletcher broke late there, and as a result has actually gained time on the Williams. Lap 4, Black Phoenix sets the fastest lap. The field is actually still pretty close here, as we're going to go on board here with Fran. I do believe he is the championship leader. On the back of Yazim, another championship contender. On the run up to Arush, he got yellow flags, and Chaos has spun at the last corner. Yeah, let's go on board with Fran. Ugizim has DRS, so the DRS may not be as effective for Fran, but will there be a double toe? It's not gaining on him. He is not using the NERS. He does want to make the move. Actually, he's gotten really close at the front here for the battle for the lead. Black Phoenix and Jay Fletcher. Brand's got a penalty. He must have cut Lacombe. There's multiple warning penalties, so he's probably done that more than once. It seems like the gap's coming, it's stretching out again. So I'm pretty sure that the weakness here for Jay Fletcher is the second sector. Kind of like for Charles Leclerc in the last few laps of the real life race, where he was just struggling on dead tyres in the second sector. Allowed Lewis Hamilton to reel in the gap. He couldn't do it in the end, though. And the Alfa Romeo getting very wobbly out of that corner there was Bretster. He's the only one out there in the field for Alfa Romeo. It's gained 2 times on Black Phoenix compared to the last lap. Make that 3. There's Jay Fletcher 4. Chaos is out. I think he's given up. He's retired in the second sector. Oh, what's going on here? My stream's gone on YouTube. Alright, that was just YouTube playing that. Alright then. Yeah, so Black Phoenix still leading. Bretster taking a very odd line there of La Source. I might turn my mic up a bit. I can't hear my own voice half the time with these cars. Chaos has left the session. Actually, no, that was good enough. Oh! Jay Fletcher gets back in the lead. It could be a battle here brewing like what I had for the lead in FP last season with Ash Best, which eventually didn't end well. I ended up taking out, but we don't talk about that. Apparently the gap is 5/10 when he's right there. That's definitely a timing glitch. Yeah, it's gone down to 3/10. Leon's just keeping his whips. He is hoping for a mistake or any type of contact between the two to allow him and go and swoop up the lead of the race and possibly the lead of the championship too. He is one of those drivers that are on, and that is actually joint for the championship lead on 34 points. And actually he's getting pretty close to them now. If he isn't careful, if he doesn't want to get involved in the battle, he wants to be careful just in case he gets drawn into it. I'm sure he won't mind if he came out on top of it all. Before I saw some cars go side by side, the back end have rather tailed off to the top 7. And here we go then, lap 6. The lead battle is still incredibly close here at Spa, but pit stops here are not far away. The pit window usually opens in 2 or 3 laps from now. So there are, Rob Forbes into the pit, Colin Forbes. He's in the pits here for, I assume, a set of mediums. We can go to the end, but it is rather early now to pit. And he must have worked his tyres that much. And he's away. Oh, we got some battling here into Radion, are we? There's a lot of battling. Actually, Black Phoenix is retaking the lead. I really need to focus more on this battle, I think, because this battle is not going to die down anytime soon. It's just switching. The lead The leaders are switching all the time. I need to get my words out. Yeah. Top 4 all separated by a single second and a half. All 4 of them could still get DRS. As Sambam actually ran quite wide there, he's lost a bit of time. Now, Jay Fletcher may actually get the move done down at the bus stop. That's what I'm predicting. But Leon, his teammate, is right on the back of him here, and if they're on the party with each other, will team orders be coming into play? Will he tell Leon to stay behind? I'll try and work this one out. The Black Phoenix seems to have Stavilo covered. It seems like Fletcher is running wide a lot through there. Into Blanchimont again. Jay Fletcher, I said he would go for it at the bus stop chicane. He's keeping his nose in there. He actually doesn't want to go for it in the end. He's probably saving his ERS, his talent for the overtake to the Campbell Straight, but he wants to get it done soon and pull away this time because the top 4, well, his teammate and Sambam at least, are right on his tail now. This battling has left the top 4 within at least a second of each other now. That's at least 8 tenths, what I'm calculating. We're going to go on board with him here. We're going to turn everything off. Oh, turn all the timings off. Black Phoenix is one right there through Radion. DRS, I should imagine, is open. It is. And he is ahead. Leon's right there. If Black Phoenix is lucky, he can get snubbed by Leon here, and there'll be a battle between the 2 McLarens maybe. Who knows? But pretty clean racing here at Spa is what I like to see now. Not saying I didn't like to see clean racing before, but yeah, it's good to see clean racing after the event of yesterday. I don't want to talk about it too much. It's quite upsetting, isn't it? Look for a car that is within a second of each other. There's usually about 2 or 3 cars behind them that are also within a second, so it's pretty close at the minute, but it's not as close as the top 4. Although the gap between Black Phoenix and Jay Fletcher has gone up to 6 tenths now. That was the gap before between Jay Fletcher and Black Phoenix, but Jay Fletcher managed to get it back. But that could actually be the soft tyres. Oh, he broke very late there. I was going to say that this is when the tyres wear out, the soft tyres. So we actually have our first few people in the top 10 are pitting. Sambam's in, Brand's in. He just about managed to get across that pit limiter line. AMS is also in. Sambam in the course from 4th. He's going to come out way ahead of AMS, and I should imagine he'll come out ahead of Bran. I think Bran actually has to have a wing change there. That's what I could see anyway. So now is a battle, the lead between 3 drivers. As Rob Forbes actually jumped AMS here. No, he hasn't. Oh, I thought for a second they were side by side. They were kept on board with that. Oogie and Bretster side by side. Oogie got ahead of Bretster. He's into 4th position. For the time being, that's a very massive wobble. Coming to that corner, AMS actually gets a penalty as soon as he comes out of the pits. That's not what you want. Now this is going to be close on the run up to Pouillon. And there's a question as well for these leaders. Who's going to pit first out of all of them? Black Phoenix is closing that gap again, but that gap has actually gone back up to 4 tenths now. Yeah. So it seems to calm down a bit now. And it's all down to the strategy, I think, from this point onwards. Sambam undercut incoming. It's possible, yes, it is. It's actually possible. Sambam, if he gets a good enough couple of laps here, then there's a possibility that he could jump the leaders, and it could be a win for Sambam here at Spa. He is in that championship battle. That really close championship battle. 4 points separating the top 5. We got yellows. Oh, Azugi's but he's round at the bus stop chicane. He needs to be careful because his car is coming into the pit here. Indeed, he does as well. So, but Felix actually to get ahead of him, and the likes of Leon, who actually stops here. Gets ahead of him. Brett's also pits. And oh, Leon's been held up by the Alfa Romeo of Brett's there. And that's not going to help his chances of undercutting Black Phoenix and his teammate Jay. Where's he going to come out? He's going to come out in 7th position. There we go again. Black Phoenix retakes the lead. But he didn't get the best of runs into Lake Home. This is the closest they've ever been through this concept of corners. Brett steering Bran. Side by side down the Campbell Straight. Brett tucks in behind. Wants the slipstream. Doesn't have enough ERS really to contend. As we have a freeway battle here for P11 here. Ugi Azim dropped to last position in the stops. Got Mr. Hyper Wars in the comments. Cheering on Black Phoenix. That's actually really close. It's the closest it's been all race pretty much through the second sector. Jay Fletcher's going to get a run, I reckon, into bus stop. That's where he's been at his strongest compared to Black Phoenix, who's done most of his moves to the lead down the Camel Straight. Jay Fletcher doesn't get it done this time. I should imagine he's pitting there, and they both go to the pits. Now it's a battle between the two pit crews to see who can get ahead. Black Phoenix slowed way before Jay Fletcher. Fran provisionally will take the lead. He's the only soft runner now left in the field after these two change their tyres. Jay in. Can't go on board, unfortunately, but pretty slow on the clutch. As for Black Phoenix, he's got it ahead. He's got it ahead. Sambam, he has jumped them, I believe. Where's Black Phoenix? He's just about coming down to the pits. They're going to be side by side. No, they ain't. Sambam is going to be ahead, and Sambam is in a net P1 position here. Gamer did say in the comments there was a Sambam undercut incoming, and it has worked. He has done it. It's Sambam in that net P1, but how about Black Phoenix's chances of getting him on the Camel Straight here? It's a really good run for the Williams. Black Phoenix around the outside. This could end up being the battle for the winners. The two McLarens, I think, we're going side by side as well. But Black Phoenix has to yield, and yet again here, Ugi Azim, whose races seem to have fallen away from him ever since that spin, has just about made it past Forbes. Fran will probably pit this lap. If not, he'll probably get a puncture. Nibiru and Tusma on medium, so probably go to lap 15 and then go to softs to the end. They could probably do an overcut on some of these drivers in their mid-pack, maybe. Actually, no, looking at it, they are pretty close. Yeah, they'll come out outside the points, I should imagine. This feels really close today, as Sambam's developing a gap. Black Phoenix needs to be careful here. He doesn't drop out of DRS range before they actually get to the Campbell Straight. He's gaining time. There is that little toe, of course. It usually fades out right about now, but seems to just about claw it back. And actually, Leon has actually got past Jay. In the pit stops, was Fran. Pits and Nibiru will provisionally take the lead. He won't be there at the end of the race, I'm pretty sure. Leon sets the fastest lap. Maybe this could be Leon's race to win. He hasn't won a race yet this season or an F3. And he actually never won a race in F1, I don't believe. So this would be his first win in a couple of seasons if he could get it here today. And of course, I just remember as well, I got to do podium interviews by myself and I'm useless for questions. Tasmust has actually taken the provisional lead now off Nibiru. This is a fight for the track position wherever they come out when they make their pit stops. Could be for the last points position, who knows. But Leon, Sambam seems to be struggling a little bit. He's lost a lot of time. It's going to be really close here. And when you think about it, the order they came in for their pit stops has absolutely flipped. And Jay Fletcher's got a 3-second time penalty. That will play big in the race here for the victory here at Spa. I'll tell you what, Brett's is not far off either. He's actually 5 seconds off, ignore me. Will Leon, though, actually let Jay Fletcher through? He's dropped off a little bit now. If Jay Fletcher ends up becoming quicker, will Leon let him through and allow Jay Fletcher to attack the likes of Black Phoenix, Sam Bam, who are in a battle of their own. Seem to be coming on here. McLaren seem to drop back. They're making those mediums work, but Leon did set the fastest lap. So we're in out of the contention yet. Nibiru and Tuss must yet to pit. These guys are closing them down though. There is a chance that they may actually catch them before they end up pitting. Fran and Felix go side by side, but due to recent laps I missed a lot of lead battles and overtakes and stuff, so I'm going to keep on board with this. Black Phoenix has made most of his overtakes down that Campbell Straight here today. Will he continue his ways? Yeah, there they go. He's going to have DRS. He's got a good run. Here we go. Black Phoenix. He's up into third. He's up into the net race lead. Tuss must have been overtaken too, but Black Phoenix has entered the net P1 position. And Leon. Leon is fancy to go as well. Sam Bam, be careful through there. Oh, there's contact. Leon gets a slide. There was side pod contact, and there was a bit of naivety from Leon. Only got 6 people watching the stream. That's pretty disappointing. This is the highest division out of the ones run on the Sunday. But that's okay. As long as the viewers that are here are enjoying this lead battle, or eventual lead battle, as Black Phoenix has already pulled out a second. He's absolutely dominating all of a sudden now. But that could be down to Sam Bam's pace on those mediums. Oh, Jay Fletcher got very close to the wall. I just saw that in the background. That was very close, and if he hit that, that would have been a massive accident. Because I remember in the Formula Experience race we had on last year's game, Carlo actually ended up upside down when he hit that wall. Black Phoenix has pulled so far ahead of Sam Bam that Sam Bam's actually out of DRS range. So this could well be just a battle for second place now. Those are 2 McLaren drivers. At this point, it is Black Phoenix's race to lose. It's flat 1 second. Will he get DRS then, if that is the case? We'll find out. He does actually have DRS, but he's not using it. Understandably so. Leon and Jay Fletcher. Jay Fletcher's getting very close to his rear tyre. And he yielded. Ever since that gap's got up to about 9/10 to a second, it started to just become static, just stay where it was, and it's actually starting to come down a bit as they went through that little section, but it's gone back up to a second again, which is outside the DRS range by about 300 drifts. Bit grass kicked up there. But yeah, it's been a clean race. I mean, we only had fair few amounts of contact and 1 DNF not resulting in a what you call shunt, which is pretty good. Didn't actually catch the DNF, but I don't know if it was a shunt or not, but hope it isn't. Yeah, Black Phoenix looks so far away on that angle. As Fran's lagged out. Fran, who is in 9th position, just actually in front of Felix, and actually AMS, he was like wow, around the outside of Belgium there. What a move. Is contact. Brett and Brand have come together. Brett rather didn't really let him turn in, he's actually letting him go here. Fair play from Brett. AMS actually disguised himself within his teammate Ghost Car there and got the move. Donald Felix on the outside of Bloodshimmer. What a move. There's the eventual top 4 of will spread themselves out a bit now. There's more of the battles going on throughout the field. This is for 9th position. As it stands, probably will be 7th. Felix to the outside of AMS. He gets the move done before the corner. Always run wide though. Didn't cut the chicane. AMS got the better traction, the better run, and they're side by side going into the hairpin, which I don't know the name of. Brand locks up. Now will Brett have a chance going into the corner. No name. He's going to stick his nose in there. And he's going to not get the move. He wants to cut in there. Poor on. He doesn't want to go side by side through there. We all know what that can do. Well, I haven't seen side by side through there in a long time. He gets a brilliant traction from that corner. He's going to... Oh, there was contact. He's on the grass. And, oh, he's in a spin. They're both in a spin. And don't collect them. Brand's in the wall. And that was some naivety. And that is the first major collision we've actually had all race. And the lead battle's actually closed back up again. The gaps have come down. Black Phoenix's gap has not actually... Ever since it went up to a second, it's decreased. And actually, they are actually in the same shot near enough now as the top two have yet to pit. One of them is Black Phoenix's teammate, Tasmus. That's DRS here in Nibiru, but it's too far back. Way too far back. Now, what can the McLarens do? It seems like they've been stuck behind Sambam. They haven't made any moves. Of course, Leon did attempt to make a move earlier on, but ended up doing a half spin. Kept it together. Yeah, Black Phoenix is struggling for pace, it seems, now. Here's some applause. It's Brett and Forbes. Brett, of course, just coming back now after that spin, that collision with Brand, who actually got wing damage and had to pit. He's going on softs to the end. He's just in it for the fastest lap now. He needs a safety car to get points at this point. And it's Codemasters, so what are the chances? I reckon that Leon actually will have a chance to make the move on Sambam into the bus stop chicane, and many moves have been made. It's one of the most popular places for overtaking on this track. To get it right, it could look good. It's hardly using any ERSs rather than that, but I don't think he saved enough to really attack him. And Tusmus and Nibiru finally pit, so now Black Phoenix does take the race lead, which has been coming for a while. We all knew that. I don't think those guys wanted to get involved in the lead battle either. But where will they come out? That's the question. Nibiru is actually going to come out in a solid P7. He's going to be right in that battle, actually, for that position. Sambam, he's going to have a run here on Black Phoenix. This is where Black Phoenix, I've said it enough times before, is where he's got most of his moves done. We got a nice helicopter shot here of the overtake, and Sambam is back into the lead. The Belgian Grand Prix, but Black Phoenix going very... He's keeping his nose in there. He wants that win. It will help him towards the championship. And Forbes and Brettster are still going at each other. Brettster, oh, there's contact, he's round. No, he isn't. He kept it together. Fair play. And we have a three-way battle here with a nice helicopter shot. P6. Nibiru actually is 5th now, so that's a good strategy from Nibiru too. He was actually running, before the leader stopped, he was running just outside the top 10 for most of the race. He's currently in 5th. He's got his strategy near enough spot on to get himself up the order that much. And of course, for 6 points at the minute, I do believe Leon still has fastest lap. Back to lead battle. Nothing is really developing. So I guess we're back down to this battle. P6, Ugyazin. He's got the toe. He's even gaining on Felix without the RS. Oh, there's contact! Massive contact, and Ugyazin has gone onto the grass. He just didn't want to move out on Felix, and Oogie didn't move out on Felix. He slowed down. AMS hit the back of him, and AMS has got serious front wing damage. And Tosmas needs to be careful here if he wants to make a move. He's got one of the most notorious corners on the calendar coming up. He wants to make it through there when AMS has got very bad wing damage. Yeah, he backs out quite sensibly. Just get the move done down the Camel Straight. You have to worry about going. Oh! The camera shot wasn't the best there, but the guy very close to each other. Bran goes fastest. The fastest lap there, he is in 13th. He won't be getting the point that means at the minute, and Tosmas is passing. It was a bit of contact, I think. Definitely got onto the grass. We saw that. And I think Fran is not coming back in this race. Fran is out. And it seems like what's the recurring theme here with this league battle? It seems to one move happens in it, then it stretches out, but after everything's calmed down, it like closes back up again. It gets closer. As Tosmos and Felix within the 10th of him. Should imagine he'll get the move. Tosmos seems to be flying on the softs. Maybe he can be a contender for fastest lap at the end of the day. F3 versus Tosmos, or Felix rather. Yeah, he's got the move done before Blanchimont. Good move from Tosmos. Now Nibiru or Tosmos. Who's going to get the fastest lap here? It is Nibiru for the moment, but where's Tosmos? He's coming around the last corner. What's he going to set? He is going to... No, it's Nibiru's then. AMS understandably coming into the pits after sustaining that wing damage. Now Black Phoenix, he's got to run for the lead. This is going to be crucial. There's not many laps left to go now if he wants to do it. He needs to do it now. He didn't get enough of a run. He was too far behind, if anything. And has to stick in behind. He needs to stay close now. And at least actually stay in that second position, because Leon is right there. Jay Fletcher's dropped right off, actually out of DRS range. Which is odd, because he's actually on fresher set, along with Black Phoenix of mediums. Forbes and Brettster. Or Brett. P9. Keep on battling. As long as they don't end up in the wall, then it should be alright for points. Because oh, I say that Brett got really close to the rear. He's been running up high, but his day has just been nearly running it into the back and into the side of other drivers. And of course, he actually did spin out one. And actually ran over the curve there, and Puyon lucky he didn't spin like I usually do when I hit that curve. Black Phoenix, like I said, he should. He's kept with Sambam. He's within a quarter of a second of Sambam. He might even get the move down into La Source. No, he's actually saving the RS for the Camel Straight, which is understandable. It's where he's strong. But Jay has actually caught right back up to this now. Into a Rouge, into Radion. It's anybody's win from here on in, with 3 or 4 laps to go here in Belgium. DRS is wide open for Black Phoenix. Sambam doesn't really defend the inside, and Black Phoenix retakes the lead. He thinks he could probably get it before the end. He doesn't have wing damage. I thought he did for a second. He rather blended in with the grass. He's got a penalty. I'm not going to spoil the penalties, but of course that one was noticeable. And what would that mean now? Will Sambam not even... There is a chance Sambam might not even finish on the podium here. He could well finish 4th. It could be a McLaren double podium. Leon actually looked at that, actually going into Puyon. He's looking for gaps. He's looking for mistakes, isn't he? He's like a vulture. He's ready to pounce on the opportunity. Oh, he got... Wow, that was... Yeah, he got very wobbly coming out the fishtail there. Jay Fletcher, his teammates will be side by side. There's no love lost between the two teammates. Jay Fletcher... Yeah, he's got that podium position. And that one slide has cost Leon maybe even the victory here. Can he catch back up, though? So if these two could just keep on battling, then they're right there. He's actually getting back in that position again, although the bus stop actually makes them look quite close in comparison to when they're actually going down the straight and Sambam. He's giving him little nudges there. Jay Fletcher's giving him nudges. It's starting to get a bit feisty. Rouge now into Radion, now down the Campbell Straight. It's a reoccurring theme, this overtake, but will it happen again? To the inside, Sambam retakes it. Seems to be happening every lap now, but the two McLarens are now right there. But I said that about Leon, and he got that slide, and that's what cost him. One little mistake can cost you the whole entire victory here. And I know if I was in this battle now, my adrenaline would be going through the roof. Quite frankly, because, yeah, I panic a lot when I'm in these situations, when these type of race battles. Sambam's got yet another penalty. He's in the lead, he doesn't need to be cutting these corners. Black Phoenix is struggling. Though I said that, earlier on he managed to catch back up. This lead battle has just been continuous. It's been happening all through the race, even though the pit strategy, even though the pit stops, it's been there. Jay Fletcher's running low on the RS, he's in 4. You might have to turn that down. You won't get the best advantage for the RS there when he's in the orange, in the below 10% range. I don't want to say this is Sambam's race to lose, because of course he's actually got those penalties. From what we saw, from what I've seen that come up on the screen, it's 6 penalties, and Bretster has crashed. It's too late now for a safety car, but where is that? Oh, it's down here into Stavolo, and oh yeah, he's run wide out of there and crashed into that wall. Will Black Phoenix get the good enough run? It doesn't look like it's going to be McLaren's now. Penultimate lap of the race, Black Phoenix retakes the lead. If I were him, I'd actually stick in behind and wait for the last lap to try and make that move, but now they go side by side. They haven't done this before. Sambam actually retains it, and I think Black Phoenix will have another go at it on the final lap of the race. But there's still a long way to go. I know it's only about a lap and 3/4, I'd say now, but it is a long track. It's a long lap. So these last 2 laps could be around about 3 to 4 minutes, maybe even 5 minutes, until we find out who is actually the race winner of this race. Oh, Jay Fletcher sticking his nose in there. Well, they're actually really close. It could be Jay Fletcher's win, you never know. It could be even Leon's win. He needs to stay within that 3-second range, because he's dropped back a bit. I should imagine he will. Jay Fletcher's been running wide of that corner all day. He's going to look for the move on Black Phoenix here. This race win might not be done on track. Around the outside of Blanchimont. Oh, there was nearly contact. Oh, lads, you don't need to do this. This is not the last lap. It's only the penultimate lap. Jake Fletcher around the outside of both of them. Oh, is he going to get it? Oh! He's side by side with Sambam. Sambam gets round wide. Jay Fletcher's done it. Wow, what a move from Jay Fletcher. He takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. There's contact. All 4 of them going for it. On the last lap of the race, they're going to go side by side into Eau Rouge. Oh no. Okay, Black Phoenix tucks in behind. He's got a penalty on the Eau Rouge curb though. And look at this. Oh, there's nearly contact. They're going to go 4 wide, are they? It's not wide enough for 4 wide, surely. It's not. Leon has to tuck him behind, but he's using the toe. Black Phoenix. Jay Fletcher, who was in the lead moment ago, is now down into 3rd. He's nearly even into 4th there. You think he was for a moment or two. And it's as it was this time last lap. Wow. Oh, Black Phoenix is run by Jay Fletcher, retakes 2nd. But the Black Phoenix gets the cutback. This is... wow. Oh, this might not be over either. Even if Sambam pulls away the penalties, of course, they could come into play here. This is absolutely amazing. And I'm sorry to the other drivers who have had battles but not been featured, but this has just been epic. It has been epic. And this has been one of my favourite races to commentate over. Sambam is nearly a second in front, but with penalties he might not even win this race, and I think he might have that in mind. Black Phoenix, Jay Fletcher, Leon, it could be anyone's race victory. I think it's going to go down to penalties here, surely. Who knows, maybe even the Nibiru, he's only 4 seconds behind. It could be even the Nibiru's win. Sambam might not even finish in the top 4 here. Sambam is going to come up to the line. He's going to take the checker flag in first. But Black Phoenix wins. Leon wins! Leon wins the Belgian Grand Prix! And that is his first win in a long time. It's his first win this season. And Alumini will take the championship lead. I don't think once in that battle he even took the lead, but he's won it on penalties. Congratulations. And as you can see, the top 4 there: Nibiru 5th, Tuzma 6th, Ugi 7th, Felix 8th, Forbes 9th, and I should imagine that AMS will finish in 10th unless penalties have something to say. I know he's racked up quite a few. Bram might even get the point in the end, and it looked quite unlikely at one point. No, he doesn't. Okay. But what a finish there to that race. I hope you all enjoyed that watching. That was amazing. And I'll run you through the results again, and then I'll invite the people on the podium to the party for some podium interviews. Mr. Ayalati Leon Bentley wins the Belgian Grand Prix, with Black Phoenix in second place, Sambam in third. As I said in those last few laps, no matter all the battling, no matter where they finish position wise, it could be in anyone's race. And I think on that last lap, Black Phoenix of course actually went over the curb, didn't he, on into Eau Rouge. He went past the white line, got a penalty, and I think that is what cost him. We'll find out what the penalties actually were now. And yeah, it was that one penalty that cost Black Phoenix in the end. Oh, that is gutting. But ILRT Leon wins the Belgian Grand Prix from Black Phoenix and Sambam. Then Jay Fletcher in 4th. Then Nibiru 5th. Tuzma 6th. Ugizim 7th. Felix 8th. Forbes 9th. AMS running off the points in 10th. Bran finished 11th. Fran lagged out early on. Didn't come back, so he'll go down as a DNF. Brett and Chaos were the only non-classified runners. So let's invite the top 3 to the party. That was something to behold. And Leon isn't appearing online. Give me a second. The invites have gone out. We just need to wait for everyone to join and we'll get going. That's Leon. Hello.
Hello.
Wait for the other 2 to join. As if they end up doing so. Then we'll get underway. That's 2. Just waiting on Sambam then. Right, so there we go. We'll get underway. First off, congratulations to all 3 of you. That was an amazing last lap to that race. I said in the commentary box here that it was anyone's race. I don't know if any of you 3 would like to say some words or share your respect for Antoine Huber before we even ask any questions here.
Yeah. Obviously, I honestly thought the cars were safe enough, but unfortunately, I guess you could say that's a really bad side of Formula One or motorsport. So, I mean, all our thoughts go with her family or his family. So that's what I'm gonna say.
What? Kind of back up what whoever it was who said it. There is a risk with motorsport, but it's a dangerous sport. People do put their lives on the line, and we know that F2 is slower than F1, but the risk is still the same. And unfortunately, it happened to Hubert, so thoughts go out to his friends and family as well.
What they said, basically. Nothing more to really add on.
If you couldn't said that any better. There's some brilliant words and news there, but we are going to start off now with the questions. I'd like to say rest in peace, Hubert, actually, before we do say anything. Rest in peace, Antoine. You'll be sorely missed. And, yeah, let's get on with the questions, shall we? The race winner, Leon, congratulations. I believe this is your first win now in a couple of seasons. And you did actually get it on penalties in the end, but that was anyone's race, like I said. What are your emotions right now?
Just excitement, to be honest. I knew that Sam had a penalty. I was stuck in the DRS train. I couldn't get past because if it was either Sam behind, he would slipstream off Black Phoenix, or it was vice versa. So when you're third in a DRS train, it's pretty much useless. Made an error coming up to Blanchimont, so I gave Fletcher the position, knowing that he had a penalty and I knew that Sam had one. So I was just sitting behind nervously, hoping that Black Phoenix got one, and then I didn't know he had one, and then I crossed the line to win, and I checked, and he unfortunately got a penalty on the last lap. So would like to say commiserations, Black Phoenix. Sam, you were also there. You two were bloody quick. To be fair, you both were ahead of me for the whole race. I just was able to keep it clean penalty-wise, didn't get a warning, and happened to win.
Yep. Second place, Black Phoenix. You had a strong race today. Overtook the lead plenty of times. What I've noticed, in most of the moves you made were down the camel straight. Do you think that is a strength for you, your straight line speed and your wings and stuff?
Well, I think anyone can really overtake down that straight. It's just I didn't want to get in the lead, if that makes sense. Because once you're in the lead, or like say when you're behind someone, you can actually you can save your EOS a lot better. So it was a very good race. I was surprised I was able to keep the pace on the mediums. And then I saw Samban kid come out ahead of me, but yeah, he was really quick as well. And my DRS failed. I think it was when we were like 3 wide, so I couldn't use it twice. So
I didn't notice that.
was a bit nah, it's annoying, but it was still a very good race. So exciting. Yeah.
Yep. Well done on your second place, and now on to third place, Sambam. You, of course, made that bold strategy. Well, not really bold, but you know, that brilliant strategy to pit earlier than the leaders and perform the undercut. Ended up getting out in the lead. You had an intense battle with Black Phoenix, but yeah, those penalties really cost you. So talk us through your race. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, it was a good start. Got Oogie, and then just sort of stuck in the train in the first bit. I could go quicker, but it's just the DRS train. So I thought the only way to get by is just to undercut. Worked pretty decently. Just couldn't get enough gap to Phoenix to pull away from the DRS train. But yeah, just got silly penalties. Other than that, it was a pretty decent race. Crazy battle at the end though.
Yeah. Seems like none of you could actually get away from that battle in the end, but yeah, that's all the questions I have to ask, except the one that is for all of you. Next week is Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. What's your pace like around there for the three of you?
A shambles.
No idea. Haven't even raced on it. It's a
I
fun.
did it once, and it wasn't really that fun. Well, it's just nowhere to save the ERS if you're in a battle. It's a decent chat. If it rains though, and it's a different story.
Yeah. Well, it is the UK, isn't it? The weather here is just dreadful. So, yeah, this is the end of the Belgian Grand Prix here in F3. Next week, of course, like I've just said, is the British Grand Prix. It's the same time, 8 PM on the Sunday. And, yeah, we'll see you then. Goodbye.